what the game is.
Then I gotta get a new topic.
All I know about Elder Scrolls is Elder Scrolls Online and
No! Yeah!
I swear to God, Caleb. I swear to God.
It
was a fraction of an inch away from being Sony Smash Bros. Roster. But it's not.
It's just the Smash Bros. Podcast at this point.
How's it going, friends? Luiginator here for another Luiginator podcast, and today, to keep the pandemonium going from last podcast, we once again have 4 total participants. First and foremost, you know him very well by this point in time. Returning as my co-host, we have Sam. Sam, say hello.
How's it going, everybody? Hello!
And we also have, returning from, I think, 2 podcasts ago now, Dylan is back with us. Dylan, say hello.
Hello.
You have also, if you have not seen them already, heard Dylan and I playing Team Fortress 2 together pretty frequently now. There have been at least 3 TF2 videos by this point.
Yes, we're very funny.
Very funny. We had just had people tell us that. Because we were playing right before this podcast. And also, returning from way long ago on both a podcast and Layers of Fear, we have Phillip. Phillip, say hello.
Howdy, I'm back, bitches. Oh wait, are we allowed to say that? What's the word? What's the thing on swearing?
Yeah, no, these
Snitches.
are I censor my gameplay videos. I don't censor the podcast.
Okay, cool. I should have asked that before the podcast started.
I didn't know we were allowed to curse. Fuck, shit.
Open up a whole new world for Dylan. You're welcome. This is the chaos I bring.
You've opened Pandora's box, my friend.
Good. I'm glad. So just to give the good summary of what we do here on the Luiginator podcast to everybody, the Luiginator podcast differs from other podcasts in that nobody knows what the podcast topic is going to be until we spin the good old wheel of topics at the very beginning of every podcast. And today, the wheel of topics narrowly missed landing on another Smash Bros. Roster themed podcast topic. Today, we will be discussing video games that should be filmed.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh,
and
we
as
saw how
always, I
Hitman
will
turned
start
out.
the timer and I will give you guys time to think as I expunge on my first one. It is not Banjo-Kazooie, Sam. Thank you very much.
Still brought it up though, technically.
I did, but I brought it up just to say I'm not bringing it up. So it's paradox. It's the Banjo paradox. Banjo paradoxy. And I honestly, so I've never played through the bulk of the series, but from what I have played and from what I have seen, I absolutely think that Metroid should be a film. 1000%. Because, like, think about it. Everybody says that you should pick big name titles, like big, everybody knows them video game titles to be movies, but I don't necessarily think you need to do that because A, people have higher expectations, B, there's always going to be a part of your audience that's going to be immediately off-put because they're going to say, oh, well, that's just one of those, video game people, I don't want to see that in a movie. And C, a lot of the big name games don't necessarily give you a lot to work with. Because, like, take Mario, for example. I have no idea, no one has any idea what they're gonna do for the new animated Mario film coming out, because Mario doesn't talk that much.
Does Samus talk?
He speaks in fragmented Italian. Like,
Hey Mario, let's go eat at the pizza.
Also, what about Samus? Doesn't she only talk in, like, Mission Zero or whatever that Wii game was called?
Yeah, she spoke in Other End.
Yeah, isn't that the only game where she talked and that people did not like that very much?
Hold on, I would like to draw attention to the fact that I think Dylan just said Metroid Prime Michelin Man.
That's what Phillip said.
No, Other M. I said Other M.
No, Phillip, I'm telling you what I heard. I heard you say, yeah, Metroid Prime, Mission Man.
That's not at all. I didn't even say the word Prime.
This is gonna be a long 4-person podcast.
Sam, you bring up a very genuine point in that people didn't like it in that game, but also I personally feel like people have kind of slacked off on it since then. I feel like people are more accepting of it now, especially because now we have her speaking a lot more in Smash Bros. So people are just more acclimated to her speaking. You know what I mean?
I think
Yeah,
the issue,
I can kinda see
people didn't
that.
have an issue with her speaking. It was what she said, like how it worked in Other M was the issue. Yeah, like the story was just bad, but like I don't think anyone cared about her talking. So I think it could absolutely work. I could almost see it working as like a kind of Witcher style Netflix show.
Oh, dude, I can see that too.
I can see that being there.
Toss a coin to your Samus.
Oh, Valley.
It's like
Metroid.
credits in that game.
And in terms of casting, I guess that'll be an interesting thing that we can throw in, is if you've thought of any casting. The only thing that comes to mind is that Brie Larson said she would like to play Samus. I honestly don't think Brie Larson would do a very good Samus, me personally. But again, that's purely based off of Captain Marvel, and I don't think that her Captain Marvel portrayal is a good Samus portrayal, you know? But like, I don't know her acting outside of that. It's not that she's a bad actress, it's just that if that's the kind of character that she does all the time, that's like the way that she portrayed Captain Marvel, to me, doesn't reflect Samus.
See, I would like them to bring in like a lower tier actor, someone who's like, this would be their big break, so we could see the acting chops of someone new and put them into every single other movie that comes out of the year.
Oh yeah, I'm super down for that. Getting like like, for lack of a better phrase, get like an unknown actor.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be really cool.
I think Hollywood needs to take more chances, because that's how they got their stars in the first place, by taking chances.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I'm just gonna go down. I'm just gonna go down my list, and Dylan, you're at the top of my list right now. So Dylan, go.
Hello, I have one, and it's not a joke this time.
Wow, that is a first.
The joke ones will come later. Don't worry.
Okay, good.
But the one I seriously think, and I have for years, that they should turn into a movie, miniseries, television show, something, is Uncharted.
They're working on that. It re-entered production, apparently.
I mean, it's been in and out of production for years, but the main problem that they're running into is, how do you recast Nolan North, who made the role so iconic?
Oh yeah,
Wasn't Tom Holland confirmed in the role?
Yeah, that's the last thing I heard.
If Tom Holland is Nathan Drake, I will not watch it. I love Tom Holland.
Pretty
He's
sure
not
that was
Nathan Drake.
confirmed. Yeah, I agree.
Tom Holland and Nathan Drake going together.
Yeah,
there we go.
It will flop.
I forgot to post a picture last time. There he goes. There's a picture of Metroid.
Oh yeah, right. We're doing pictures. I gotta get mine ready.
I'm gonna see if I can.
Oh
find.
shoot! Wait! I gotta get a picture.
Don't feel pressured. Don't feel pressured to do pictures. You don't have to. I just forgot that it was an option.
Pressure.
This is new.
Who just died?
It's really new.
Are we back?
We're back.
We're all here.
Okay, so I just Googled Tom Holland, and the second search. Oh my god, damn it, Dylan. The second thing that popped up in chat was Tom Holland Uncharted.
Oh god, why?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was confirmed a little bit ago.
Oh my god!
Wow. Okay, and it's apparently already started filming.
This is gonna be bad, unless it's a Nathan Drake origin story where he's supposed to be a child.
Ooh. Oh, really bad take. Guess who's playing Sully?
Oh no.
Get ready. I'm gonna pull up a picture. I hope your suspense is building. Oh man. I hope it's building really high.
I saw it already! I saw it already!
There it is. It's Mark Wahlberg. Good old Marky Mark.
How is Marky Mark playing Victor Goddamn Sullivan?
See, it's a shame because, like, I know that a lot of people wanted Nathan Fillion to play,
They even filmed a fan film with Nathan Fillion as
Nathan Drake. He wanted to play it, too. Yeah, he was like, he loves the games and, like, really wanted to play it.
Like, I would have been happy. I would have been happy with Nathan Fillion, but I wanted Nolan North and all the other original cast of the game, because you could have done a CGI movie.
Well,
because things would have looked more realistic.
Wasn't, and I might very well be wrong about this, wasn't Uncharted a mocap game?
Yes, it was. It was a mocap game.
So they could have just gotten the actual actors.
Exactly, they could have, but they chose not to.
I think, okay, so Uncharted, the reason the Uncharted film has struggled is because they have been trying to adapt existing titles into games. I think that's the problem with video game media in general, is that, like we saw with Detective Pikachu and with the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, it works
and the Angry Birds movie.
When you use the characters that people love and the general, like, elements that people love from it, but tell a new story.
Exactly, yeah. We need a new Nathan Drake story to put into this movie, and maybe later you can do a video game tie-in, Uncharted the movie, the game. Well, come full circle, it's like the video game equivalent of moving back home with your parents.
I mean, if they're doing a young Nathan Drake, then that's technically what they're doing. It is a new Nathan Drake story. Also, I want everybody to look at this picture of Nathan Drake that I just found.
Oh,
Scary.
also the fact that they modeled
puts a
Nathan
smile
Drake's
on his face.
somewhat off of Nolan North's face does not help.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be really weird. It's gonna be. I'm not gonna judge it until it comes out because I love Uncharted is the reason that I don't regret buying a PlayStation. Like I would regret buying a PS4 if not for Uncharted.
Uncharted was the first game the first Uncharted is the first game I ever played on the PS3, and it blew me away because I never played a game with that strong of a story. Like, cause like when that game came out, we had a lot of like story-based games like Halo and Gears of War and
Halo 2.
I'm struggling. Yeah, Halo 2 and Halo 3.
And Halo 3 ODST.
But Uncharted was the first time I had seen a video game tell a story really fucking well. And like keep you in suspense, and like even though you're in control of the character, the story still feels like it could go in any direction. And well, of course you know that in the end the good guy's gonna win, but that level of suspense is hard to do in a video game because you're in control.
I honestly, part of why I liked Uncharted when I first played it, and this might be because this is like my naive approach to all new games, is I honestly didn't know if he was gonna make it out in the end of the day. More so in the third one, because I was like, playing through the second one, I kind of had that, but I was also like, well, obviously there's a third game, so yeah, Nathan Drake's gonna live. But playing through the third one, when at the time I didn't know who was, like, I didn't know anything about the fourth one, I genuinely was like, shit, I think Nathan Drake might die in this game.
Oh, have you played the fourth one yet?
No, I still haven't. Also, I literally just, in saying that statement, I just remembered that there is a young Nathan Drake in Uncharted 3, and I don't...
Yeah.
Oh my god, and he vaguely enough looks like Tom Holland for me to think that this could work now.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, wow.
I'm
gonna pull up a Tom Holland for comparison. Because,
Depending
like,
on
honestly,
what they do with it, I think it could work.
yeah, no, I don't think that it's a spitting image by any means, but I definitely think it's a close enough resemblance to get a pass from me. See, like, wait, hold on, it's loading. Boom, there it is. See? There's potential there.
Yeah, they look like two human people.
They have like identical hairstyles, like almost like copy and paste.
Yeah, they both look white.
Their hairlines are fall in the same place. They have a general similar facial structure.
Well, Tom Holland's face is a little more squeezed in the center.
Yeah, and yes, I see that.
Like, his face is very centralized, and he has a lot of blank space, like someone didn't expand the picture out far enough.
I think that what they're gonna do is they're gonna have this be set in like a pseudo-modern times. Well, because Uncharted was set in modern times, so it's gonna be set in like modern times, and it's gonna be Nathan Drake, but it's gonna be after he saw Spider-Man Far From Home, and so he's going through Spider-Man phase, so he gets plastic surgery to look more like Tom Holland. Tom Holland is gonna be canon existing in the universe where Tom Holland plays Nathan Drake.
Honestly, I enjoy that. I love me some meta.
I agree 100%. Uncharted should be a movie. Uncharted, absolutely, this movie needs to be made. And hey, because the movie's not out yet, Uncharted people, you should put all four of us in your movie. Except Phillip, you should let Phillip work on your movie.
Let me direct it.
Yes.
You should make me the Russian bad guy from the second one.
Fire your director and make Phillip the
Fire your director and let me direct it.
But Caleb, if we want to talk about story, you really need to play the fourth one.
No, I know. I do. I need to play.
It is hands down one of the strongest stories out of all four of them.
We can't get sidetracked talking about that right now because we can keep talking about more movies they should be adapted into video games. Phillip, go!
Okay, I'll start working on joke ones.
No. God damn it.
So, I mean, I have a couple. So, I mean, I guess we just drop our like first one now, or how does this work?
Because you drop one now,
Okay.
it will just keep looping.
Cool. So I'll go ahead and do one that like a dream of mine would be to direct this movie. It'll never get made how I want it to get made because it would need such a huge budget and it'd be basically a high budget art film. But I would love to see a Shadow of the Colossus film.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yes.
Like it would need
I
to
like
be
that.
because like there's very little dialogue. It would be it would be an art film, but it'd be $100 million at least art film, but it would be absolutely incredible if done right. Like, it would be just beautiful and phenomenal. I honestly got the idea for it, weirdly enough, watching Aquaman, where it's not really a spoiler, but there's a creature in Aquaman that's a very large sea creature, and the CGI for it was absolutely beautiful. It's the best part of Aquaman, hands down. And I was like, oh, what if we had that for Shadow of the Colossus with these giant, beautiful monsters, and you have this really personal, in-depth tale that is Shadow of the Colossus. I think it could absolutely be adapted into a film, but it would just be very hard to get funding for it, given what you would need for it.
God, I'd never thought about a Shadow of the Colossus film literally until you said that.
It would be
that's
fucking beautiful. It would be so beautiful. But again, like, you would need someone who loves Shadow of the Colossus and who has enough clout to get it its proper funding, because it would need to be like $100 million film, and it probably wouldn't make that money back, because like, as popular as it is among the gaming community, I mean, it's not exactly a huge mainstream hit. It's basically an indie game, but you know, a little bit. You know,
I mean, if you were gonna do if you
What?
What was that?
Well, you said it's like an indie game that got a little bit bigger, like Five Nights at Freddy's.
No,
You know,
not exactly.
the two sibling franchises.
Yes,
And
my
that
favorite
becomes a horror movie.
sister franchises: Five Nights at Freddy and Shadow of the Colossus. They're in the same universe,
Working on a
actually.
movie for Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yeah, it's been That's honestly the reason that Five Nights at Freddy's wasn't my first one, is because it's been in and out of production so much. Yep.
Hey, Hollywood people listening to this podcast, give me $100 million to make a Shadow of the Colossus movie.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, if you were
Yeah?
Dylan?
Dylan?
Did we lose him?
I mean, if you were gonna do a Shadow of Colossus movie, I would market it as its own thing and not necessarily distance yourself from the movie. I mean, from the video game, but not be like, this is a video game movie. Look at this cool video game movie. Market it as its own unique idea, and it's just in the same universe or the same timeline as the Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, because, like, I mean, I don't think you need to, like, stray from the story of the game or anything. Like,
no, not at all. Not at all.
Like, the only cuts you'd have to make is you'd probably have to cut a couple of the Colossi, which would be unfortunate, but, like, you know, time length of a movie. But, like, you know, there's, like 14 Colossi? Like, you could do 10 and in a 2-hour movie. And... Yeah, the marketing, it'd be a hard film to market, because, again, like, it's not the big appeal for the mainstream would be, look at the awesome monsters, but then, like, hopefully they come in and enjoy the fact that there is a deep but subtle story, and it is character driven.
Well, you could
Bring the
one
story
actor,
and characters out further.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't want to add too much, because there's really only one. I think there's technically like 3 main characters, but like one's a disembodied voice, one's a dead girl. That's not a spoiler. It's in the first 2 seconds of the game, and one's, you know, the Wanderer. Her name's Wanderer, and so, like, I mean, it kind of be similar to like Castaway, where Tom Hanks is like the only character for most of the movie. It'd be like that, except with giant monsters he kills. So. If cast Tom Hanks as a Wanderer, perfect casting.
Please no.
I am
I'm
reading
tired
up
of Tom
on
Hanks.
I'm reading up on this game as we were talking about it. Apparently there's an Adam Sandler film called Reign Over Me, where the film like parallels the story of it, and apparently both Adam Sandler and Don Cheadle are experts at Shadow of the Colossus, so I think they should both play 2 of the Colossi.
No, Adam Sandler's the dead love interest.
But it's Adam Sandler
old
as
career is the dead love interest.
It's Adam Sandler as Whitey.
as one of the Colossus.
No.
The Colossi.
No.
The rest of the Colossi are giant, beautiful CGI creatures, and then Adam Sandler is just in like a fur costume.
Are you hitting my shit? That's a technical foul.
Oy.
He's just in a fur costume on stilts.
I think
Rawr,
I
I'm
think
the
Shadow of the
Colossi.
Colossus should be a film. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. Sam, what do you got for us?
I'm just gonna jump straight into it because we've kind of been rambling on a bit, and I know they tried it in 2008, but you fucking try it again. Max Payne movie, do it again.
Max Payne movie. Man, I forgot about that.
Yeah, they did a 2008 Max Payne movie, and it was, according to the reviews, bad. So,
I have heard it.
But like, I played the games. It's a good story. The character Max Payne is such a good character. He has such a good story, good backstory, and the way he moves around the environment with his dialogue. And I'm not talking about gameplay, but it's all. There's so much potential you can have with this. And this is kind of like, if we have time and if I get to my second topic, I'll probably bring it back to this topic later. But, what the heck is that?
Max-Main.
Yeah, you don't have to, like, I understand that, like, Max Payne is, like, a heavy, like, shooter game, but, like, you can find the balancing point between story and action. It doesn't have to be, like, all or nothing. And I've never. Has anyone seen the 2008 Max Payne movie?
No.
Okay, neither have I. But I can only assume like they did not like balance it out very well. I'll have to like put in the time and watch it so then I can make a fair judgment review, if that's the term for it. But yeah, like a modernized Max Payne movie. It can be good. There's potential for that. There's a fail in the past, and I feel like in due time, we can try again.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think that just because an earlier example failed doesn't mean you shouldn't try again, which I think is the lesson Nintendo proved.
Fantastic Four.
Oh, yeah, my favorite Nintendo game, Fantastic Four.
No, I'm saying that Fantastic Four, like, there were 2 movies, and then they just did another one. They rebooted it.
Yeah.
All of them were bad.
That's also a good example.
And
But
all of them are bad.
my thing is that like Nintendo just made people upset when they were like, yeah, you made the Mario Bros. Movie and it was super divisive and mostly bad. But then they just didn't try anything else ever again. There's a really promising animated Zelda pilot. Nothing. People apparently pitched a Metroid film to them at one point. Nothing. Wouldn't let anybody do anything. And it's just really irritating. You gotta try again. You drop the ball, you gotta pick it back up.
Well,
what else is Hollywood gonna do?
Excuse me, princess.
Link stares dramatically at the camera, zooms in, like film lines like zoom in between, you can see just his eyes like a samurai movie, and he goes, "Excuse me, princess," and then zooms out and he's being played by Jean-Claude Van Damme.
More like Jean-Claude. Goddamn.
More like Jean-Claude Van Tinkle.
Slam. Jean-Claude Van Grand Slam.
Jean-Claude Grand Slamwich. Anyway,
Only Denny.
I agree. No, I think Max Payne deserves a second chance at that. I absolutely agree. Oh shoot, it's my turn again. Oh great. I think that I'm stuck between 2. I'm gonna go with the Rockstar one because we just talked about another Rockstar game. I think that Red Dead Redemption needs to be a film.
Ooh, yes.
In some capacity. I don't know if it's an adaptation of the original, or I guess the sequel game, not Red Dead Revolver, but Red Dead Redemption itself. I don't know if it's like just adapting that to a film that I want to see, because I would enjoy that, or if it's having like a new story be told in that world, because at that point in time, it's just a Western film. So I feel like Red Dead is the kind of series where you just need to adapt an existing title. Which is interesting. I didn't think about that when I started this out.
So with the movie, did you say it would like be doing its own plot, or would it still revolve around the original plot from the 2 games?
That's what I was saying. I think that it should still revolve around the plot, not from both games, but just from one of them. I specifically think that it should focus on John Marston's story.
Okay.
For a second, I thought you said Stan Marsh's story.
My favorite Red Dead character.
Stan Marsh.
Yeah. But yeah, no, and part of that is just because I love Westerns. I love Westerns a lot. I think Red Dead Redemption is the reason I got into Western films, thinking about it now. But I love Western films, and I think Red Dead would do it marvelously as a Western film. I mean, it's one of the earliest cinematic games, too. It was in, like, 2010, 2011, which is when cinematic games were just starting to get big and be taken seriously.
Back in the time where Rockstar was not obsessed with multiplayer.
Yeah, fuck you, modern Rockstar. Don't sponsor me. You owe me a quarter.
You owe me a.
But yeah, I think John
you owe me
Marston
something.
I think John Marston's a good choice for like a movie adaptation for Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Especially when like his story, I feel like this is the longest out of everyone else in like the main cast of the game.
Yeah. I also feel like it's not that John's is more compelling than Arthur's. They are both extremely compelling, extremely relatable stories. The reason I say that you should go with Red Dead Redemption 1 story before Red Dead Redemption 2 story is purely to leave open the holes of John's past, because experiencing Red Dead Redemption with so much mystery surrounding John's past was amazing. And part of that is what made Red Dead Redemption 2 so amazing too in its own right, is getting to fill those holes after so many years. Which is absolutely what she said.
I get it.
It's a funny joke.
Lady hole.
But yeah, good choice. Good choice.
Poke me in the hole.
Oh lord.
Anyway, Red Dead Redemption should be a film, yeah.
Yeah,
I can see that.
love the games.
All right, Dylan, what do you got?
Well, keeping on the topic of westerns, I think this space western would be a very good movie, Borderlands.
Oh yeah.
Because the story of the world is already established, so there are already hundreds of stories happening. So you could have it literally about any characters, you could have it about bandits, you could have it about vault hunters themselves. You could do a oh god, what was it?
Please don't say anything for Borderlands 3.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah, Borderlands 3. All the fans could have written something better than that. They probably should have. But I think that world has been established so well between like 5 or 6 video games that you could make any compelling story about Pandora in general and use some characters that we know, but also introduce new characters, because that's what Borderlands does, is that it keeps the characters you know, but it also gives you new ones.
I'm so conflicted with that, because first off, I do love the Borderlands series. I played a lot of 1 through pre-sequel. I didn't play a whole lot of 3 because I was very upset with it, but...
Understandable.
Yeah, but honestly, this is like where like I'm conflicted about. It's just like whether or not, like if we want to include characters from the game, whether or not to include Handsome Jack, who is by far one of the best characters in the entire series.
Fair, very fair.
Yeah, but it's also just like because it's Borderlands, which is just a heavy base shooter game. So it's kind of like I don't know how well you can inflict that into a movie, because I don't know how people will be entertained with just guns blazing shootout every like 5 minutes or so. But then again, I'm not the fan, so what do I know?
But also look at like Michael Bay films, which are all just shootouts and explosions.
Yeah, but they don't get good ratings.
But they make tons
They do make
of
a lot of money. Yeah. I guess it depends on what the director who's making the movie is going for. So that's director's taste.
But also think about Tales from the Borderlands, because there wasn't a lot of shooting in that.
Oh yeah, I
love
forgot about
Tales
Tales from the Borderlands.
That's super
Yeah.
And that's considered to be one of the best games in the series.
Oh yeah. I completely blanked on that one. Yeah. Do it like Tales
That's
from
all
Borderlands.
story.
That's a perfect example of how a Borderlands movie should go. God, that was such a good game.
Very good game.
Amazing. Patrick Warburton's in it. I love that man.
I love
Oh yeah.
Hey, Patrick.
I think the better podcast that we should be talking about is roles that you would replace with Patrick Warburton if you could.
Everything, every role,
I'm gonna write that down. That's gonna be a future topic.
Captain Marvel.
That's gonna be.
If we're saying every role, then the next podcast that has that topic, we'll just start listing off characters.
No, it'll just be the shortest podcast. It'll be like, all right, so I'll take it off. I'll start it off. I think all of them, and then you will all say all of them in turn, one at a time, and then we'll be like, all right, thanks for coming.
Yep, agreed. Doctor.
Roll
Doctor.
Patrick.
Warburton.
Vader.
And then one of the Joes just grips the other Peter like super tight, like Peter.
Oh no, I don't like how close he got. I want him to back up.
It's intimate.
That Joe's into ASMR.
Oh, dude, that would be the name of that could be the name of a film all about Patrick Warburton. Is an intimate moment with Patrick Warburton.
Or what about Peter?
It's just you sitting, like, you're just watching Patrick Warburton sit in a chair for 2 hours, and that's the entire movie.
He looks up at the very
He
end.
doesn't say
and
anything
goes,
until the last, yeah.
He looks up at the very end and goes, "I didn't know you were here." And that's it. Roll credits.
credits. And there's still like 5 million names on the credit.
Beautiful. This is amazing. All right, Phillip, go do another.
Alright, so I'm torn between two. I'm gonna go with the one that doesn't have any movie representation. Maybe I can circle back to the other one. But I think something that would be really interesting as a film, or maybe like a short series, would be XCOM.
How explain?
So basically, I could see it playing out a lot like the Stargate franchise. How they are, it's the modern military up against a alien invasion. You deal with a lot of the tactics and stuff like that in the film, but you can, I think, portray a pretty cool narrative. I think it'd be better as like a mini-series than a film, but like I think you could absolutely do like almost like a Band of Brothers but sci-fi kind of series with the XCOM universe. Especially how the first game ends, and then I'm talking about the reboot. Mostly, I haven't played the original run of the games, but like there actually is a lot of lore and story in those games, especially in the second game. So like I think you could do a lot with the military up against it. It kind of be like a better story-wise Independence Day.
An interesting comparative.
Because, like, it's kind of the same thing of, like, modern, forces trying to go up against an alien invasion. But the thing with XCOM would be, it'd be more about, especially in the first adaptation of the first game, it'd be more about, how the aliens are trying to be stealthy and, like, sneak in and, like, under our radar and us, like, going up against them. So I think it could be an interesting take on it. Because, like, we haven't seen that kind of stuff in films since, really, Stargate. Stargate and Independence Day are the closest to that kind of genre we've seen in films, and personally I love that subgenre, so like I think it could be a really interesting adaptation, and there'd be a lot to play with, I think.
I could see it. I mean, like, I say this again, I say justify this as someone who's not played XCOM a super bunch. I just know that it's general, like, cool sci-fi stuff, and I was like, that could be a movie. I just don't understand how in terms of story because I've never played XCOM.
Yeah, but like, especially in the second game, there's a lot of story, and like I think it could be relatively easily adapted. But I think honestly, that's why I think there's so much story and lore there. It would work better as a mini-series than like a straight-up film. But like, I could see a season for the first game and a season for the second game, and it could be, I think, really like an HBO series of that would be amazing. Just they could just go all out with it.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. And I think that's the thing about video game stuff is that I think Witcher also hit the nail on the head. Is that part of the reason some video game films didn't work is that some video games work as big cinematic story like movies, but not as a movie itself. Like a miniseries works better because it allows you to go into each minute detail that made the game so beautiful to begin with.
Yeah.
You can drive and not rush anything.
Yes, exactly. You take the time, you don't rush, and so you don't miss anything.
Yeah, you have to know when you want to adapt something, you need to know what format would work best for it. And some would work better as a feature film. Like, I think Shadow of the Colossus would not work as a miniseries. It would need to be a feature film. But something like XCOM or a bunch of other things, I think would play out better as like a short run miniseries with like a season or two.
Caesar.
Salad.
Caesar salad. God damn it, Sam! You son of a bitch!
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
We're gonna skip Sam now because he just did that.
Hey, come on!
Just kidding.
We
Sam,
get the funny
say
joke.
Sam, say what you want.
I'm very passionate about this one. I also don't know if they like started working on it or whatever.
Is it
I don't know
Sonic
any
2?
No, it's Metal Gear.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
been talks about a movie forever.
has
I
they?
Yeah, I don't
get. Has they talked about that?
There's been talks about it, yeah.
Works like one, and also like there's also been like that whole problem with Hideo Kojima. With the whole problem with Kojima and him like getting kicked out of his own franchise in a nutshell.
R.I.P.
Yep, R.I.P.
Konami sucks.
Yep. Give
We'll circle
me,
back to that
give
after I get
us,
to my
Phillip's
third
here so
one.
I can say us. Give us a new Silent Hill, you bastards.
I need it.
Don't sponsor me. Don't sponsor me. Sponsor yourselves and make a new fucking Silent Hill.
Haven't
But
had one since Downpour.
God.
Yeah, it's
Fuck
been a while.
me. Anyway, I'm not gonna steal this. We'll talk about Silent Hill later. Continue, Sam.
but yeah, with the Metal Gear movie, you got like so many games to pull from for like plots if you don't want to like make up your own. But honestly, like obviously Solid Snake is such a good character to have a movie for, and also like I feel like you can also implement some of like the craziness that is Metal Gear into a movie. Like you don't have to go through the trouble of like explaining everything in just the one movie, because this goes back to like don't rush good plots, don't cram it all in the one movie because that kind of ruins everything. You can kind of just leave things unexplained for a Metal Gear movie, because you know what you can do if people want that explained and who haven't played the games, that can lead into another Metal Gear movie. Hint, hint, money, money. But yeah, it's also just like a military spy movie. Like, what dad wouldn't want that? I'm not a dad. FYI, I'm not a dad, but like, I feel like that appeals to like, not yet, but I feel like that can appeal to like all those, to all the dads out there. Shout out to all the dads in the audience.
Oh, my dad. Hi, Dad.
I am your
Dad.
child.
It's me.
You are a
Dad.
father now.
Dad, it's me. Why
Welcome
don't
to
you
the
return my
Luiginator
call?
Dadcast.
It's the Dadcast.
Oh, and also, hang on. Also, I also like this picture.
He's back with the wolf.
Wait, hang on, guys. I want this to be said. If they do make a Metal Gear movie, I want them to do what they did in this picture here. And the first line for Solid Snake is, "Kept you waiting, huh?"
Oh my god.
That would,
I get it.
might actually squeal if they did that.
Kept you waiting, huh? Was that a line from
It's
the
basi-
games first, or is that Smash Bros. The only thing?
Dad.
I believe it's a thing. No, it's definitely a thing from the games before Smash Bros. Because I think they did that in 3, maybe 1. My memory's a bit fuzzy on the 2, but I know they did it before Smash Bros. And then they did it again in Metal Gear Solid 5, which is the photo shown here, and it's like very, and because also like as you can see like on his forehead he's wearing like a night vision goggles, which is I think confirmed true that it's a subtle nod to the Splinter Cell games, because those two got along very well.
Only one game
Yeah,
ever can have
I
night
was
vision
about to say, I
goggles.
don't know about that one, Sam.
No,
He was. Metal Gear is older than Splinter Cell, and they were using night vision in earlier games.
But no, the point I'm making is that the Metal Gear franchise and the Splinter Cell franchise, they never really like attacked one another, like trying to one up the other. They were just like their own things, and there have been references to the other games. Like there have been Splinter Cell references in the Metal Gear games as like a subtle nod, like, hey, we appreciate you guys. And then Splinter Cell would do the same thing. For example, I just said an example with the Metal Gear games referencing Splinter Cell. If you want the vice versa, because it's going to be hard to do because Splinter Cell hasn't really been putting out a whole lot of games, but in one of the most recent references, when Sam Fisher made a surprise appearance in the game Ghost Recon Wildlands, they in that game referenced Solid Snake, and I don't want to like spoil it because I everything Splinter Cell I want people to experience themselves and not have it spoiled for them, but they did reference Solid Snake and how Sam Fisher personally knew him, and Sam Fisher got news that like Solid Snake like retired, and that visually upset Sam Fisher because he actually really likes Solid Snake because they're basically like friends in like the whole lore type stuff. It's all meta, it's all good, and they don't attack each other. They're not enemies. They actually get along with one another and actually approve of their game styles and their choices of story. And bringing it all back, Metal Gear Solid movie, it would be good.
I was gonna say that was such. We were literally just like, I think it's just night vision goggles. You really went off from that, man.
He had things to say.
I'm be real, I still don't think the night vision goggle is a reference to Splinter Cell because it doesn't look like the fancy Splinter Cell one, but...
And also, it literally has, because he has an eye patch, it's literally a night vision goggle for one eye.
But
That's
I
why
still
there's
think that
one
it's really cool because I didn't
nozzle.
know that they were super intrinsically tied series like that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
They are making an animated Splinter Cell, either movie or show.
An animated film based on a video game is something I'd like to see that's not Angry Birds.
Hey, Splinter Cell possibly is happening. Apparently it looks ugly though, which is what I hear.
Oh no, I did not hear about that.
Alright, it's my turn.
I talked off long enough.
It's my turn again. You know what I want to see get adapted to fucking film? I think that they should adapt. I can't find the fucking picture that I wanted.
Flappy Bird.
It's right here. Fuck it, I found the concept art for
It's
it.
Hotel Mario.
No, I want TF2 to be a film. And I think TF2 would be I think that if there was ever a time to make TF2 a film, I think now is it when adult animation has once again become like a commonly accepted thing. And now that adult animated films have started to slowly like eke into the popular culture, I think that a TF2 film could work super fucking well right now.
Yeah, no, I think you have a fair point. Like, and although Team Fortress 2 does have like lore and stuff, there'd be a lot of freedom to kind of go any direction they wanted to with the concept.
Yeah, no, they absolutely could, because there's so much lore in the game. Effectively, with TF2, as a film, you could literally just tell the super dope story that's in the comics as a film, because nobody knows about that story, but it's all canon lore. Like, they reference the comics in the games, so it would just give a lot of people a catalyst and an understanding for a lot of the references in the games.
Yeah.
There was going to be, I actually found this out a little bit ago.
Stuff and
Do what?
there's also like the Man vs. Machine stuff, and like there's a lot of stuff that gets
that'd be a sequel. Or a prequel?
That'd be
I
what?
think it would technically be a prequel to the comics.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think it is. But there was originally, I found this out a while ago, there was originally going to be an Adult Swim TV series for TF2, completely animated in Source Filmmaker. And they canned it, and the expiration date short is actually the pilot for that would-be series.
Whoa.
Yeah. Like, no shit, that's actually a thing. TF2 could absolutely work as a film. I think TF2 should be a film. And I think that if it was a film, I think that Nicolas Cage. Would Nicolas Cage play the
Be
heavy?
Yep.
Yeah,
I like we're in
exactly.
the same place.
Nicolas Cage would be the heavy.
And the spy and the doctor.
Nicolas Cage plays all the characters on Red Team, and Tommy Wiseau plays all the characters on Blue Team.
Beautiful.
I would think that Nicolas Cage should play the heavy, and I think that Will Arnett
Patrick
should play the
Warburton.
soldier, and I think that Hong Kong Fooey should play the pyro.
Number one super guy? Number one super guy?
I think Hong Kong Fooey number one super guy should play the pyro, but nobody knows it's him. He's just credited in the credits as Hong Kong Fooey.
She Natasha, my gun. Who be touching her?
No, you gotta do Nicolas Cage. He's the heavy.
Natasha, who's touching my gun? Natasha. I just sound like the bug guy from Men in Black.
Oh my god.
Who touched Natasha and I need some sugar water?
The bug guy from Men in Black could play the engineer.
Oh, the bug guy from Men in Black was Bane in Batman.
Really?
I'm not even joking. I am not even joking.
No. What?
Are you?
Look it up.
No. I
Wait.
don't believe you.
Bug guy, Men in Black.
The rest of this podcast is going to be looking up answers.
Just
It's
Googling.
not gonna be all looking at answers. It's gonna be me posting this picture.
Oh lordy.
Have you never
His
seen?
cigarette's going through his lip.
Have you never seen TF2 Gary's mod faces before, Sam?
I have. I just
Okay, so
wasn't
when Tom
mentally
Hardy was
prepared
Bane,
for
are you
right
sure
now.
Tom Hardy wasn't the bug guy, was he?
Oh no, it wasn't the bug guy. It was God, what the fuck is he called?
So to say, I thought that was Tom Hardy, and it was. I was like, Tom Hardy wasn't the bug guy.
No, he's played another super. Caleb, why? Caleb, why?
Look at this one. This is
What is happening?
this is a good one right here.
These are all real clips from the TF2 movie.
For fuck's sake.
Look, here's the close-up of the bug guy from Men in Black as his character.
Played by Tom Hardy. Oh no.
Look, we can label it. Dylan, you're the spy. I'm the heavy. Phillip, you're the scout. Sam, you're the blue background.
Wait, I'm the
How the hell can I
spy?
be a background?
Why am I the spy?
Why are you yelling at me on his tongue, Dylan? You're making me cry. Stop it.
I slept with your mother.
All right, we'll switch roles. I'll be the spy because the spy's laughing and I'm laughing. Dylan, you be the heavy. Make the noise you think the heavy is making in that picture right now. Dylan?
Well, it's not coming up in Discord, but it's in the recording.
Oh God, that means that I'm gonna get fucking surprised in editing.
It'll be like, ew.
Now make the noise of that face.
I literally think that's the only noise he can make when his bottom teeth are going in between his eyes.
Oh my.
Wait, no. He'd be like, ah!
And that newest one, that's just Pac-Man.
All right, so anyway, yeah, TF2.
My shiny teeth and me.
TF2 should be a film.
Okay, that's cool.
All right, Dylan, your turn.
No!
Dylan, it's your turn. What's the matter, bud? What are you doing?
Caleb, why?
Dylan, what's the problem? List your next film. Come on, bud.
Caleb,
List your next film.
Okay, my next film.
My next film.
My next
film.
FM radio.
My next film is this little-known game. This is the name of it.
What is Gadget Twins?
No!
I didn't mean to. I already sent it.
He's
Delete
redoing.
your post so it can be under that.
We're segueing.
What is Gadget Twins? Is
It
it
is a
two identical copies of Gadget from Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers?
It is not. It's
Damn it.
not. That's a lot of people's fantasy, though.
Oh no!
You asked for that one when you mentioned Gadget. But the Gadget Twins is a game that was for the Sega Genesis. It's well, hardly anybody knows it. It is, but it's actually a very fun game. It's like a oh god, what's the genre of the game? It's fucking called. It's like a shoot 'em up, but it's all physical attacks. So there's no like actual shooting. But it's like a boxing glove on like a stick that comes out and shoots and then retracts.
Oh, yes, like The Sims.
But
Yep. Yeah.
the Gadget Twins.
Yep.
I had to keep you in suspense.
Yes. Such a long pause for suspense.
Yeah. Also, I would like to point out that the Gadget Twins health bar are Stars of David.
What? The fuck? What?
But the story of Gadget Twins is the Gadget King's gem has been stolen. Bop and Bump have been summoned to get it back. Follow them on a wild ride through the oceans and the atmosphere in their quest to track down the evil Thump and return the gem to the Gadget Kingdom.
What are their names?
Their names are Bop and Bump, and the bad guy's name is Thump.
Bop, Bump, and Thump.
Oh, that's the name of my future triplets.
I don't think
it would be a fun.
that this is like a game that's meant to be a game. I think it's a cry for help. I think he's just like, ha! I
Someone
don't need help.
turned me.
Look at my characters. Bop, Bump, Thump is the bad guy.
These are just sound effects.
That is
the power-ups
true.
are my dad hits me, and call 911.
Also, the game is $4 on Steam if you want to buy it.
This is a current game.
Oh no! It was made very long time ago. It was made in
Okay.
the 80s. But the
Okay.
emulator is on Steam.
That makes more sense.
But yeah, I mean you can pirate it. But like if you want to give money,
Dylan, are you sponsoring right now?
no.
Who would
But-
play?
No
Who would
criminals.
play?
But
Who would play? Did you just have a stroke?
No, I
This
gotta
is a script
finish.
for the movie.
I gotta
Okay,
finish.
I'm sorry.
Let me
I'm
finish
sorry.
my
I'm sorry.
thing. Okay. So, Bop and Bump have to go on an adventure to get the Gadget Gem from Thump to give it back to the king. And I think it would be a very nice children's movie because it has a very nice cartoony design. And I think you could come up with a solid story based on that premise.
That's fair. Yeah.
I mean, it's a premise used over and over again in media, but also, if a horse ain't broken, don't beat it.
Oh,
Especially when it's a
dude.
kids movie.
I combined two phrases there.
I liked that. I'm gonna steal that one. If it ain't broken, don't beat it. Was that what you said?
No. If a horse ain't broken, don't beat it.
I love that. I'm stealing that.
You can quote me on that. Put that on a shirt.
Luiginator merch.
First Luiginator merch.
No, the first Luiginator merch. Actually, I got the idea for it yesterday or the other day when I was playing TF2. I was playing and I started fumbling my words again, and I said, "You're not you, and you're not having some." And I said that is now the tagline of the channel. The tagline of the channel is now "You're not you, and you're not having some," because I fucked up the fucking Snickers catchphrase.
That's so on the nose.
So it's
Oh, no.
literally Luiginator. You're not you, and you're not having some.
Caleb, another good one would be like a striped shirt, but the stripes are made out of
Oh my god! I think that we could make. I definitely think that a piece of merch needs to be the fucking Shark Tail, four tail shark logo.
Oh yeah, that would be very good.
But this isn't about merch ideas. This is about movies, video games. Who would play the boys? Who would play Bop and Bump and Thump and Crump and
Patrick
Stump?
Warburton and Patrick Warburton. And
Wait,
Patrick
Here's one of the bad guys who's a submarine.
All right, who would play the submarine? It's too bad. You don't get to cast him. I'm casting him. Steve Buscemi is gonna play that submarine.
Ah, it's me, Steve Buscemi as a submarine.
That's not what Steve Buscemi sounds like.
That's actually what he sounds like. Yes.
Do you think
No,
do you think God hates us?
Philip, we said two opposite, contrasting things. Now we don't know who's right.
Now I'll never know if I'm pretty enough to go to the cornball.
This will have to ask
cornhole.
Steve Buscemi, our next surprise guest on the podcast.
This is how I feel.
God, I would. No. Daddy don't like.
Okay, I got a better one for you to go.
Daddy Buscemi. Oh no.
Did he leave now, Sam? It's his turn. Yeah, he's
Wait,
back.
that's my turn.
What just happened?
Oh yeah, Dylan just went. Go, Philip. No, damn it, Dylan, cast the stupid fucking plates.
Okay, I would have Zach Braff and the guy who played Turk from Scrubs.
Oh, that'd be really cute, actually.
Oh, that would be fun.
That'd be really fun. I like that.
And then Dr. Cox would be the king.
So this is just a Scrubs
It's
reunion.
just Scrubs reunion, yeah.
Yeah, this is just a Scrubs reboot. It's the exact same story too.
This is replacing season 9.
Yes, it's the Scrubs movie that's just Bop and Bump and Thump and whatever the fuck the king's called.
It'd be way better than season 9.
Okay, if we had to name the king, what would the king be called?
His name would be King Bing.
King Crump.
King Chandler Bing, and it'd be played by
King
Matthew
Chandler Bing
Phillips.
Crump.
Be played by Matthew.
I love Matthew Matthew. He's my favorite.
Matthew Matthew's my favorite actor.
Broderick.
He killed someone.
He did. Matthew Broderick
Broderick?
committed hit and
Oh,
run.
Matthew Broderick killed someone.
Was it hit and run or was it
Two
vehicular
people.
manslaughter?
I think it was.
There you go.
Well, and all because like he drove like on fucking cocaine and then murdered 2 people because he was driving on the wrong side of the road. Well,
I didn't know he was. I didn't know he was Dr. Roxo.
Yeah, Matthew Broderick, not a good person.
He may not be a good person, but
he's
he's
a
not
tall
a
person.
good person.
Welcome to the
More
Matthew
you know.
Broderick Hate Podcast.
There he is. That's Matthew Broderick. Go.
No, get him out of here! Get him out of here! Get that goddamn thing out of there!
All right,
Oh boy,
Phillip.
here I go killing
All right,
again.
Philip. What's next?
All right, so this one is interesting because like technically there have been movies made of like the franchise, but I specifically would love to see a Silent Hill 2 movie. So there has been what?
Yes.
A lot of noises happening. So
I'm dropping all these Jolly Ranchers!
What?
what?
Phil
Dylan,
is
don't
trying to
interrupt
talk.
Philip when he's talking about thing.
But I'm panicking! I'm panicking!
Why are you
Pick him up. It's
panicking?
fine.
I just have
fine.
so many! I just have so many!
All right, so
Philip, who'd play James?
James Isaac Neutron.
weirdly, okay, so you cut this from the podcast because the person we know, weirdly, I could weirdly see playing James.
No.
That's me.
I can see it.
Y'all are making it so I have to go cut like this. I'm not gonna go cut it. Don't say people. Say like celebrity peoples.
But he's an actor.
Say
Doc,
celebrity peoples. I don't want to go cut this.
Doc Brown from
Yeah, you gotta
Future.
cut
I
it.
want him to play it.
I don't know any like actual celebrities that could play James. You need the right blend. You need a perfect blend for James.
I think that Doc Ock should play James.
I think that
From the
Doctor Who
Spider-Man
should play
comics?
James.
I think Dr. Shu should play James.
I think Dr. Drew should play
Who
James.
would play Eddie?
Dr. Doom.
What are you buying?
Who would play Eddie?
That's not that game, is it? That's not that game.
I don't know.
What am I thinking of?
I don't know any good, like... I will play Eddie, and James,
I will play.
and Mary, and Maria.
And I will direct. And produce.
I
And
am the
seduce.
movie.
And then Patrick Warburton will be Pyramid Head.
Patrick Pyramid.
Pyramid Warburton.
This is spiraling like fucking crazy.
Yeah, no, so, yeah, I know there's been a
That's
Silent Hill
me.
movie, but it's based like on the franchise as a whole and mostly the first game. The second movie doesn't count, it's garbage. But like one based on Silent Hill 2, I think would be really, really good. You could play more on the psychological horror and just go all out with it and have a nice indie-ish style horror film, really digging in on those, psychological horror elements, and it'd be quite good. Quite good. Let me direct it.
I will let you direct it
Thank you.
right now. Do it.
All right, lights, camera, action. Eddie, you're crazy.
It's me, Silent Hill.
It's lights went out. That was
Sam, what's next?
I'm gonna make mine short and sweet because I kind of went on a rant the last two. My next guy is the Halo's movie. Okay.
Sorry?
Yes, I love.
Caleb, you have a problem. You need to stop.
No! Look at them all. They're my babies. They're
I
so
thought we
beautiful.
had a Halo movie.
There's like a short film.
It was like a.
Red versus Blue.
It was not a cinematic movie, like not something that went straight to cinemas. It was like a live action, like straight to internet movie type thing.
Wait,
Which was
so do you want it to be animated or live action?
Well, okay, so here's the kind of like peeve. Who here remembers or knows Halo Legends?
Not me at all.
Okay.
I knew the name.
Okay, to give you just a brief description of it, Halo Legends was a straight-to-DVD, eventually got onto the internet, 12 episode of, like, the expanding universe of Halo, and what was interesting about it is, like, every episode had a different animation style, and each one told a very compelling story, each one with its own, like, theme for it. And the reason I'm bringing that up for is because Halo Legends proved that Halo can be an animated movie. But also that other movie that we were just talking about, I think it was called Halo Forward Unto Dawn. It also shows that Halo can also be just as capable as a live action movie. So really, animated, live action, you can do either or. My personal preference, I say do animated because you have a lot more freedom with an animated movie. You're not tied down with like special effects or like the physical performance of the cast/stunt doubles. With an animated movie, you can just go to town, but it just requires some patience and probably some money. I'm not familiar with the film production process. But yeah. But yeah, the Halo universe has a lot to tell, so it doesn't always have to follow the main character, Master Chief, and you can pick like any point in time with the Halo universe and it can still work.
Oh yeah,
That's how big and like interesting the universe can be.
You can follow his son. His son's Master Beef.
Master Beef.
That's all I had to add, because I don't know much about Halo, I'm not gonna lie.
I also don't really know much about Halo.
Yeah, I didn't have an Xbox growing up, so I would kind of left the station without that one.
Well,
But I
then,
feel like it's a good idea, because it's got a huge following, and I know that the games are very, very successful, and everyone likes the stories most of the time.
in my opinion, it's just like I was not very happy with Halo 5, but this was also around the time where Halo transferred from Bungie to 343 Industries, so take that as you will. But yeah, good universe, good story, lots of
voice.
freedom
Great
with
voice.
that series, and I think it can make a good movie.
I think it would too. And our timer went off, so now we're in rush time. So everybody say one more title and who'd play the main character really, really fast. Dylan, start with you. Go.
No, I want to be last.
No, it's too late. Go.
No, I want to be last.
Dylan, it's my podcast. Go now or you're not going.
Aww.
Go! Go! God damn it, Dylan!
That's why I wanted to be last.
How long were you saving that?
I was saving it for the last one.
Wait, what did he
Still
say?
your last one. Who would play E.T.?
Patrick Warburton.
Damn it, stole that joke.
Phillip, go!
Mass Effect, Patrick Warburton.
Frick! You stole mine! You stole mine! That was
Sam,
gonna be
pick
my
a new one, go!
Crap! Oh,
Hurry, Sam,
God.
hurry!
Cubert!
Gord Freeman, Half-Life, do a Half-Life.
Oh, that'd be cool. Who'd play him?
Played by Patrick Warburton.
Crowbar.
A crowbar.
Pick an actor to play the
Who's the one?
crowbar. Who's gonna play the crowbar, Sam? Pick an actor to play the crowbar.
Morgan
Keanu
Freeman.
Reeves.
Keanu Reeves has the crowbar in Half-Life.
He's
Half-Life,
good at
Half-Life,
everything.
Crowbar confirmed. All right, my final person. I want to play them when it gets cast. I'm an actor. I'm a theater major. Is Banjo-Kazooie? Fuck you, Sam. Banjo-Kazooie should be an animated movie. It'd be fucking great. Fuck you,
So
Sam.
you play Banjo, and your Kazooie is Patrick Warburton.
My Kazooie can be you, Phillip. You can be my Kazooie. Do it.
That's what Kazooie sounds like.
And with that, this is the end of another Luiginator podcast. Thank you all for coming. I hope you enjoyed. I'm super fucking tired. Thank you all for coming. Do you guys have anything to say?
Be
I
nice
threw
to
my
your mom.
headset.
I'll see you
I
next
did-
weekend. I'll see you next weekend, kiddo.
I gotta go get some milk.
Gotta go get some milk and cigarettes. See you next weekend.
See you in 30 years.
See you in forever. Chad, join the Discord. Join the Discord, everybody, and you can do more fun stuff with the podcast.
Join the
Yay.
Piss Boys. Join the Piss Boys.
All right, Luiginator out. See you later,
Patrick
friends.
Warburton.